Okay, on last day, the day is day 12 or 13. Can't remember. It's been a blur, but this is this is what we got for dinner. We got a lovely salmon salad with some olives, avocado, tomato. What else? Tomato, potato. Avocado. Cranberries.
And some green lettuce.
And cucumber.
Yes.
And then we got some whipped up straight from the earth, because I swear it took so long. They went and growed the potatoes and picked them and harvested them and whipped these up, and even went, they might have churned some vegan butter and and chopped up some parsley from the garden because it took so long. So this is what we're eating on.
Look at the bag you saw over here, ladies.
Hello, all right. Hello. All right, reporting.
Shout out to you know who. I really enjoy your videos.
I do too. I like Chris. I like you guys.
Bay.
Bay, yeah.
He likes Bay.
All right, so this is day, what is this?
35.
Looks like we feel like we live here.
We have been here a long time. To be fair, you and I have never traveled anywhere for this long together, or stayed anywhere this long.
No.
Never stayed anywhere for 2 weeks.
No, it's been a week. Oh no, we did. We was in Kenya for a month almost.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. Never mind.
Yeah, but we were doing short trips. The mashed potatoes are
Over an hour to make. Wow.
Yeah, it was worth the hour. And of course on our last day, which is day 13.
I think so.
Day 13. So, man, this day was it's been an adventure. But we got to tell you about yesterday, because yesterday was the brunch. So everybody's tired out from the wedding. We had the Western wedding the 2 nights before. So yesterday, people woke up. Most of the people went home. So brunch was like on our own. It was kind of like optional, right? So with the brunch,
We opted in.
we opted in because we were staying until 2 days more.
Yeah.
So
Guys, it's gotten to the point where even the bride and the groom are already on their honeymoon.
yeah, we're still here.
We're the only ones left in Abuja. Us and the wedding planners.
Yeah, we wanted to savor our vacation.
We did.
So we went to the brunch. That was at Fraser Hotel.
Yep.
That hotel is amazing, but not without its complications, because we're in a slower paced state, and we had a little more run-ins than we did in a place that's hectic like Lagos. So, the night before, we didn't even go through that. The night before. Okay, so let's stop. Let's prep. So today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. So let's talk about Saturday night. Saturday night, we went to the Western style wedding. But they had the traditional wedding. They had the wedding at the church Saturday morning. So we went to the church wedding.
Well, it was actually
Afternoon. And we thought we would be able to come back and change. So we kind of wore what we was gonna wear to dinner and to the wedding.
The reverse. We wore what we wanted to wear to church, hoping that we could change into something more formal for dinner. But they took us right from the church to the wedding venue for the reception. So we ended up being underdressed for the actual wedding. But on the flip side, the people that came in their cocktail gowns looked overdressed for the church. I mean, not even overdressed, they looked like they were going to the club.
Yeah, so that was weird. Had club wear.
Sequencing, stilettos, the titties out. It was a hot mess at the church. But then I was a mess because I wasn't in my formal gown. So
she wore a black dress. I wore a shiny shark skin Armani suit.
It was actually a jumpsuit.
You wore
it was a trouser jumpsuit. It wasn't even a dress. I wish I had a dress for the occasion. Yeah.
But it was dressy casual. So the church service went well. That was like what you see, like the normal wedding that would be in the States. In the church, they came. Here comes the bride and all that stuff. Church choir, all that stuff.
Which was the same choir we had at Jake's Club.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal.
And they thanked us for dancing while they were at their at their gig.
I mean, it's hard to, when the music hits your heart. By the way, because you guys are seeing that we're eating, this is also a mukbang. It's a little bit of a mukbang, yeah?
We know. Awesome. So
careful with these olives. They're pitted.
Okay. Anyway, at the church, the service went well. It was fun. The pastor was the groom's brother, one of his brothers, one of his older brothers. That dude was good. Southern.
Family man.
Yeah, Mississippi, Illinois. Chicago people are just Mississippians that move, basically. But anyway, he almost made me tear up.
Really?
Yeah, when he talked about I can't remember what it was, but you needed tissue too.
I always need tissue.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was, but it was during the vows, and I was like, oh, the groom's mother passed, so he came walking down the aisle with a picture of his mom.
Yes.
So just wishing she was there. I think when the pastor was talking about their mom, it's kind of a cheery moment.
Yeah.
But I had not sad, just like just.
Yeah, that's right. I was crying, and the girl in front of me was crying. I was giving her tissues.
Tissue. We talked to another cool guy. What's his name? He was telling us about South Africa.
Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac was telling us about South Africa. We saw him during the week, but this is the first time we really talked to him.
We were sat next to each other at the church.
Yeah, young guy.
Spent 3 weeks in Cape Town.
Yeah, that's how you live life, man. I don't know what other people are doing, but this guy got it right. He living his life.
A lot of people flew in literally just for the wedding, guys. They were here for 3, 4, 5 days. As far as I can tell, it was just Ishé and I really and truly that came to explore Nigeria. And then Isaac, who spent 3 weeks in South Africa prior to coming.
Yeah.
Everyone else was in and out of the continent.
They literally just came for the wedding. Like, you can't come all the way here for the wedding, just for the wedding. Not to see. But that's people are people.
Yeah.
So anyway, we left the church service. we went to this nice hall.
Mm.
We got to that hall.
Mm-hmm.
There was a double life-size poster of the bride and groom
Yep.
at the entrance when you walk in the hall. We'll show you the video.
Mm-hmm.
Their pictures, they're like this whole wall size picture of them. I mean, when I say no expense was spared,
None.
everything was perfect.
And customized.
Customized.
Bags, gift bags.
Gift bags. Everybody got something.
When we had stepped out shortly, they gave away popcorn and custom little popcorn. What do you call those when you get the cinnamon?
Oh yeah, the cups, the popcorn cup. Yeah, that you get like at the movies. You get that little box, that long box with the popcorn. Yeah, those had their pictures on it, right?
No, but their initials.
Their initials, but the little gift bags had their pictures on it. Like
Yeah.
yeah, the gift bags had their pictures on it.
We'll insert that too. We actually have them.
Yeah, and
Go ahead and finish that piece, baby.
all right. So yeah, we got to that place. It looked like something off the movies because we was just in this corridor. It's like a long hallway, and they served champagne and little finger foods, which we couldn't eat any of it because it was like chicken wings and shrimp and some like dumpling. And what else?
Meat-filled dumpling.
Yeah.
And then a little piece of crostini with a little piece of salmon that him and I shared.
Oh yeah, we did eat that. Now I was so hungry I took a bite of the shrimp and I was like, okay, no, I can't eat this.
Now pow pow shrimp. That we can eat.
Yeah. So anyway, we're waiting, and all the aunties were dressed in gold. Oh, you'll see it in front of the church. All the aunties and stuff all had their gold on.
They each represent, like the ones that came from the same hometowns or were immediate relatives were all matching. It's so cool. Really, really cool.
Oh, we forgot to tell you before the event, Alkali Yogi met a paisan. She met an Italian man who was Dr. Matthews, which is the bride's father, his best friend, and she was speaking Italian, and they were talking. We even got a picture.
Because Italians are everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've yet to go to a city where there isn't an Italian.
And that was true. And yeah, he was a cool guy. We actually inadvertently got a picture with him. And you know, people was hustling. It was like it's like photographers not associated with the wedding. They was out on the stairs taking pictures. We thinking it's with the family. But
how else did they know where to be and
they must show up. I mean, I think they got a network. Wedding happening today. All right, y'all, let's pack up. So anyway, they really quick. I think they got mobile printers in their car because they take your pictures, and then when they can't, of course, they can't enter because they're not a part of the service. But when you leave the service, they got all the pictures that they took of you already printed, already displayed, and say, hey, get your pictures. Just like when you go to the amusement park and you get those, you go on a ride and it snaps a picture, and then you see it when you come out the ride. Except this one, they're like holding in front of you. Hey, here you go.
You don't want to leave without this.
Yeah, and it wasn't expensive. Like pictures, if you want with your picture, it's about the equivalent of maybe $1.50.
Yeah, it's just it took me like until 3 nights in before I realized what was happening. Literally, like
It kept happening.
It kept happening, and then I was like, wait a minute, you guys even supposed to be here?
Yeah. So. Anyway, all right, so back at the reception party of the Western style wedding. So the place, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna use her words to say, looked kind of dingy from the outside. Not dingy, but you know, it was just a stark contrast to the hall. After we walked out of that hallway into the actual party reception area, which you're gonna see, it was like, what is this place? It was like coming to America times 10.
It could have been like maybe possibly attending like the Vanity Fair after party after the Oscars. It was that kind of a beautiful setup with flowers hanging from the ceilings and lights and gorgeous centerpieces. So tasteful, so detailed, so expensive. But beautiful, truly, truly gorgeous. Really well put together, really appealing to the eye, excuse me. I think we might possibly not ever witness a wedding produced to this extent, because no expense was spared.
I know, I never thought about weddings like that, but had life in a perfect scenario. That was, how we met early, had kids. That's the kind of thing I would want to do for my kids. My daughter's getting married to a good guy. I want to do a wedding like that, like for all the kids, all my kids. That's how impressed I was. I'm never like a wedding guy or impressed with stuff like that, but just how they laid it out, all the plans, the logistics, the venues and everything was like, wow.
Yep.
So anyway, funny things is happening. So we find tables, we catch up with a few people that we've been hanging out with a little bit, Sue, and we got a table, AC was blowing, and we're like, and they got music going, they got like, entertainment, but everybody's hungry. We smell the food, we're waiting for the food to get ready, waiting for them to come take orders. The bar is getting set up, everybody wants to drink. We see the dessert stand, it's just making it worse, but everybody's happy because singing and music comes on, she is on the dance floor. And she got a dance partner, Michelle.
I do.
Every time she come out,
I do.
you see, or Michelle is out, you see her, like, these were like freaking frat. They was like 2 peas in a pod. It was like kid and play. Actually, they did kid and play out on the dance floor. But the menu, let's talk about the menu.
Well, more Nigerian food was available, which we love. It was really, really delicious. They also had a continental menu, for which we were very, very grateful. As much as we love Nigerian food, and believe me when I tell you we do, we also needed some variety, especially Ishé, because we had already spent a week in Lagos also eating Nigerian food there. So it hadn't just been for us like the last couple of days. We have really, we really had the pleasure of enjoying, Nigerian cuisine whilst here. So with the continental menu, there was obviously like a red meat, a chicken. There might have even been a goat or a lamb, I'm not sure. So there was really, outside of that, there was really just one vegetarian pasta dish, because everything else, the other mains, were all protein. And then there was a fish option. So I was going to order the pasta by someone called Alfredo, that in Italia we don't know about, never heard of. But I was gonna try him out anyways. And Ishé was going to order the fish, except that it turned out that in all that time, even though we were very close to the front and they had served all about 4 tables in front of us, they had run out of pasta. However, because I had done yoga that morning, I was not irate. Disappointed, but not irate.
We both did yoga.
That's right. We've been doing yoga every day together when we practice. Not today, but when there's been a practice.
Yeah. So the yoga, the food was fine. Like at that point, I was so hungry, and the fish was actually, breaded.
Served differently.
Yeah, it was served. It had
In a Western
little red sauce, but it was all Western, so it was fried, nice and crispy. Had rice, ofada rice, and some veggies.
No, it wasn't a fada. It was just clean, like a basmati rice with carrots and peas. There was like no seasoning to
String beans.
Yeah, there was no actual it was just like salt, and then there was like a drizzle of like a sweet and sour sauce.
I had the side of mashed potato.
It was their
without the rib on it.
Yeah, it was their kind of gesture because
they were out
Sue and myself were so surprised that we could not order our food. Sue took it harder than I did.
Yeah,
took it a little bit harder.
They wanted the fettuccine.
The Alfredo. The
Alfredo fettuccine. They both wanted it, and Sue is a little. She's mature, a little older, right? She's cool as heck with it. She's a little older, so she don't have patience, or she don't bullshit. She just calls it like she see it. So when there was no Alfredo, she was like, "Oh, she was irate." When they was bringing other soups and appetizers around, she was like, get it out of here. Like, I don't want that. I want fettuccine Alfredo. Like, I want some pasta. I've been eating this food all week and I'm done. Like, at home, I love bacon and eggs, but I'm not eating it every day. Whatever she said. And what happens? They found a plate of fettuccine Alfredo and brought it to the table, and they had some. They kind of split it, so they was good. But Sue, she was like, "Cool, I'm just gonna drink." So she was making cocktails at the table because they brought cartons of juice on the table, and then I just went and got Sue a cup of vodka, gave it to her. She's whipping up stuff. Okay, and I had some tequila. I had white tequila because it's more pure. It's agave. But for alcohol, it's cleaner. You'll wake up with a hangover and all tore up. But anyway, so that's going on. So after we eat, they had a lot of stuff. There was, how the family gives, little embarrassing stories. The best friends, the best man have stories, and then it was party time again, right? So they started
party houses
in the house tonight. So yeah, it was a big party. We just started dancing. We started dancing and having a good time and carrying on. You got anything to say about the party? There was a couple of shows, local dancers.
The winner of The Voice 2021, I believe.
The Voice Nigeria.
The Voice Nigeria gave us a mini concert. The groom also sang for his lovely bride. Amazing, traditional dancers were there. Yeah, it was really great, but truth be told, we wanted to freshen up. And we had been contemplating at that point, since we had already eaten dinner, if it was worth our while to return back to the hotel and actually get dressed formally, because we knew that this reception would actually end at 9, and by the time we got our food, it was between, I think, 6:30 and 7, so it was already pretty close to the end of the reception. And then there was going to be an after party right in the same space from 9 till 1, so we're like, does it make sense to still dress up at this point? We've kind of missed that window, or do we just dress down? So we chose to come back to the hotel and dress down, and in that time, we missed a couple of things. The bride threw the bouquet. We didn't get to see that, unfortunately, although I'm sure we'll get footage of it on the socials. And the bride and the groom changed, and I think that they had a little dance.
Yeah, they did some kind of Beyonce, the bride did a Beyonce rendition with some other dancers. There was a couple of things going on, and apparently we missed a drama that happened. Apparently a thief snuck in the wedding.
Two, actually.
Two, so they was working the room. Before we sat down to eat, they announced on the thing, everybody watch your stuff. Like, don't leave your stuff alone at the tables.
Right.
Like, keep everything with you. So they knew that, it was something that could happen here.
Even though there was loads of security. I have to say, because no expense was spared, security was also very, very present.
Yeah.
So very present. I mean, armed security.
Mm-hmm. And they was some jacked brothers
with bulletproof vests.
Yeah. So this was real.
Yeah, this was really. You could tell that this was like to really make everyone feel extremely comfortable and safe.
Yeah.
Because there were so many attendees from out of the country.
Yeah, but you know, human nature. You know, you got elements that and everywhere that sneak in. So apparently, while we were gone, one thief stole the groom's niece's iPhone, and he got caught, and it was bad because the groom, well, his best friend apparently caught the guy, like literally beat him down, then passed him on, and the guards beat him down. And then I think the father caught one thief. He kind of messed him up. And then there's another thief, and the groom yanked him by the neck. It was that was the wrong party you want to mess with. Like
one of those photographers that Ishé mentioned earlier that might have that were outside, because there were several who apparently have access to a printer because they're able to print these images very quickly and then have them up for you when you come out. But one of those guys also came in and was attempting to steal things. So
oh yeah, he got jacked up.
it's sad. It's sad for both sides, you know. It's sad because people that steal are in need, and it's sad because that's also not the answer.
Yeah. So, and again, be careful what party you still met up, because there was like, you know, ex-Marines and his family.
Right.
There's like giants, like the groom side giants.
I mean, one of the groom's brothers was like 7 feet tall. And like big. So it's like, this is not the event.
Yeah, and the groom himself is
my gosh.
You know, he was almost drafted in the NFL. So he's we'll show you a picture of the bride and groom, and you can see how big this guy is.
Yeah.
So you don't there's certain places you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
And you know, so anyway, the father gave a good talking to, I'm gonna put you in Nigerian jail. Like, because it was little kids cell phone and something, and somebody's $700 shoes that already got stolen from another event that happened the day before. So people was really like, you know, it also puts a stain, like the people throwing, like the bride and the groom don't want the ruined wedding. They want everybody to have good memories, and you tarnishing this event, which makes them feel bad and they think they look bad, but we know it's not their fault, but they don't want bad things to happen to people. So of course you get irritated.
Of course, because no matter how much fun you would have had at this wedding, if you lost something that expensive, you're always going to be like, Chris and Jessica's wedding, and then you'll also be like, oh yeah, my shoes were stolen at that event.
Yeah.
You know, so it sucks for them because they spent literally over a year planning, and it showed. And then we don't know obviously how much they spent, but I think it's safe to say north of 6 figures. He's a budget guy. He's a finance guy. Would you say they spent north of 6 figures?
Easy. It was too many moving parts and too much. Yeah, you could tell like this is money. Well, you know, for the family, well spent. So don't come messing people's stuff up.
Because even they had if you didn't want to take an Uber whilst here the entire time, you didn't have to. There was always a shuttle and a driver available to you. Yeah. Like they took care of us so well. You know, once the festivities started from Thursday, all of the meals were provided for us at every venue. So it was just, like we've said before, just no expense there.
Yeah. Gift
bags numerous times, customized everything. You know, their initials were everywhere, their photos were everywhere. It was just.
They did.
He called it a production, and it was.
It was. They helped everybody get their visas. This was not only money, it was sweat equity from everybody involved.
Yeah.
All the bridesmaids came from all over the place. Yeah. And one of the bridesmaids, their shoes got stolen. So there was some really expensive expensive shoes.
And every day, we didn't even mention this, they changed 3 times. At least 3 times.
Within
every
the venue.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
in
venue.
the event.
And
the
everything
bride
was
and groom
custom made.
Changed.
Yeah.
And different outfits.
Well, even their wedding parties.
That looked crazy.
Yeah, and the wedding parties as well. The bridesmaids and the grooms.
Yeah,
And everything was customized.
Yeah.
Everything was made and like sewn right here in Nigeria over the course of this year that they've been planning.
They paid people to do their makeup.
Yeah.
It was
full
like,
glam team.
Yeah.
But when I tell you the amount of outfits that they had ordered and made, when you count the amount of times that they changed, it was probably over over 100 pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was tons of stuff. Really, tons.
Yeah. So anyway, we went. We took an Uber back to our hotel to change, and we was hoping to like take a little break, but it's like as soon as we showered and changed and got ready, we noticed like texts is coming through saying, hey, people. I guess a lot of people went home to change and do the same thing. So the bride was actually like, hey, we got some events coming up. Everybody, I hope y'all hurry up and come back. Or I hope y'all make it back because we still got special things. So everybody, a lot of people end up coming back, and we came back and we danced a little bit because it was still going on. So it was actually, by that time, it was like a nightclub.
Yeah.
By the time we got back, it was like you just went clubbing.
Yeah. It was just the friends that stayed, just like I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Basically all the aunties, uncles, godparents, chiefs, all those people, the parents, all of them went home, and it really like just the friends that were left. It was a good time.
Yeah. But on a negative note, when we were on the way to the venue, back to the party, it was in the Uber. We got stopped, sort of, by they had a checkpoint, and the guy was being funny, and I was like literally on my phone. I wasn't recording anything. I was just sitting there on my phone. It's checkpoint, and we had already had some trouble about using our phone in the car. But I'm just on the internet looking. I don't know what I was looking for, but anyway, he stopped us, and she said, "Baby phone." I was like, "Oh man, come on." So he was like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're under arrest." And I was like, she said, "Huh?" I said, "What?" And he said, "You're under arrest. You're under arrest. All right, you're under arrest. Have a good day." I was like, she was like, "No, it's too soon. It's too soon." And I was like, man, that wasn't funny. Like, that was not.
No, it wasn't.
I was like feeling so bad. I was hoping she was all right because that was traumatizing. We still didn't get over the first night. Anyway, so we make it back to the party. We partied a little bit.
Partied a little bit.
And then we all, by that time, it was like 2 in the morning.
No,
Oh, no, it was
Ishé
12.
though did keep me out past 2 in the morning.
It was midnight?
Because by this time the crowd had dwindled away, it wrapped up closer to 11:30 instead of the expected 1 a.m. And at that point, some people were still, the few people that were left were still kind of on high energy and maybe a little bit buzzed, and they're like, why don't we all meet up at the Nordic and have some drinks and keep the night going. So Ishé was up for that, so we went back to the Nordic, which is one of the 3 hotels where we were all staying at. And yeah, people ordered some fries, some drinks, and we ended up staying there till 2.
2 o'clock. I ended up just meeting a bunch of the bride's friends, and just I didn't realize how late it was. I'm having some more tequila because the guy I was talking to started buying drinks. So
oh, he was buying drinks?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we were out talking, and then she was talking. And
We were in a room full, by the way, guys, because I don't know how common this is. In a room full of Harvard Business School graduates.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's impressive, maybe not. But there were like at least like almost a dozen.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
I didn't think
Is that
about
impressive?
it.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was so we're in a room of intelligence. So those are the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. People who are more intelligent than you, people who are more wealthier, more wealthy than you, people more successful than you. Because you know, if you want to elevate, you gotta hang around elevated people to go where you know, like a roadmap. To get to where you're going, you gotta meet the right people, right, and the same people. But anyway, yeah, that was amazing because you know we didn't have the serious conversations, but they got here and there. Yeah, kind of got technical, and yeah, what you would expect of Harvard graduates. Yeah, so we're having conversations, and then yeah, it's like 2 o'clock. Make a long story short, we got back at
closer to 3.
Closer to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
well, no, by the time we got to sleep finally, like 3.
You were asleep by 3. I was asleep by 4.
Okay.
It always takes me longer to wind down. He always leaves me to it by myself.
It was a long night. I had tequila. She doesn't drink, so and I don't. You know, this is vacation, so this is why I'm drinking. So other than that, I wouldn't be drinking.
Plus, we're about to do a whole detox when we get back.
And y'all see the video. Okay, so that's wrapping up Saturday night or day 11. So day 12 is what we started off with, the brunch date.
Yeah.
We got up. We was late for that.
Because we skipped the alarms, as we should, because we're on holidays, although he takes issue. Yes, I skip the alarm. I do.
Yeah, she did that on my phone without me knowing.
Yep. And I will do it again.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why we missed the complimentary breakfast at our hotel, and we're almost late. Well, we found out that too many people are leaving, so that day on Sunday. So the bride basically said, "Hey, you know, it's whatever. If you guys want to make it or not, I understand. But I know people got to get back to the States." So we actually called one of the guests, Aunt Sue, and we was like, "Hey, you want to do brunch?" She's like, "Yeah, let's do brunch."
That's the great thing about Sue.
Yeah,
always be down.
She's down to do whatever.
Yep.
She said, "I got a plane to catch at like 2 or 3 or something like that. So let's have brunch before that." So we get to the hotel.
So now we're at the Fraser. This is the 3rd hotel and our first time seeing the Fraser as well.
Yeah.
And each hotel that we've gone to is getting nicer and nicer.
Yeah. This was the top tier, which was no. So the top tier was nice. Like this was a real, like when I say luxury, this was a 5-star hotel.
Massive vaulted ceilings.
Yeah. Just clean.
Huge lobby, area,
modern.
open.
Yeah. All that.
Lot of security.
Had the whole pool was an infinity pool.
Yeah.
That was nice. The water was, man, I don't know where that blue water came from.
Cabana, like everything that you could want in like
air, restaurant, bar. No
open
bar.
Gym.
Yeah, they had an open gym.
So
looking at with a good view. So we get there and we get through the gate, get through the guards. So we going through the entrance, and then they got this. They got a security machine, metal detector, and also the.
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing. Shout out to JP Sears.
Check. So you got to check your pulse, and you got to wear a mask, and they try to give you sanitizer and all that. So we're like, we don't have a mask. They's like, you need a mask to get in, and I'm like, it's a hotel, like nobody's wearing masks. So, but them, they kind of had them on, but they're not really. And so I was like, well, where do you get a mask from? I don't have any. It was like, go to the guard gate. And so I went back to the guard gate, go ask them, can I have a mask, 2 masks? And they pointed me across the street. And I go across the street, like, yeah, can I get 2 masks? I don't have masks. And he was like, yeah. And then I'm about to turn around. He's like, wait a minute, it's 2 for 100 or whatever. So yeah, I had to pay for the mask. Well, it was like 100 naira or something. I don't know. So I gave it to him, or 200 naira for 2. But I gave it to him. I come back across the street, and she is over here arguing with the guards about the mask. why they ain't wearing masks, and apparently some Caucasian fellows came right through and walked in with no mask on. So she was a bit furious. So she's arguing with them about that, about the whole mask thing in general, how it's not, how it's unhealthy for your lungs, all this stuff. And yeah, then you have these guys walk straight through with no mask on, and you said something to the guy.
Yeah, I said, so you guys are staying here. They're Australian. And they're like, yeah. And I said, and do you guys, I see you're not wearing any masks now. Do you guys go in and out without a mask? They go, yeah, it's just a bunch of BS. He's like, don't listen to them.
I know, so.
Right in front of them. And then he walked in, yeah. And so I'm like, so let me get this straight. You're going to let your, well, I said some things historically that maybe I shouldn't have said, go through, but you're not going to let me. So what's the difference? You think I have? And they don't?
Yeah.
And they're like, you just have to wear them. Make it make sense.
Yeah,
Make it make, so then I said, you know what? Now that I see who it is that you do listen to, since it's clearly not me, your sister from another mother, but okay. So I texted who? Aunt Sue. I said, Sue, we are out here arguing with the security guards. They won't let us through. She said, I'll be right there.
Yeah. And yeah, so.
Thank you, Aunt Sue.
Yeah, so I went to get the mask, and here comes Aunt Sue. I'm like, I did all that for nothing.
Yeah.
But
well, we didn't know if
Aunt
they were
Sue
going to
came in. Yeah, I mean.
Save the day. She's like, come on in, guys. And sure enough, we were able to go in.
Yeah, and
But can I just tell you guys something? If you're watching at the Fraser, here's where you effed up, yeah? Because we ended up staying all afternoon. We spent a good amount of money at your place. We had drinks, snacks, main courses, even takeaway. And today I would have wanted to go back and top up on some more food because the food not only looked nice, it tasted really nice. But because you guys pissed off my hubby over here, he was like, no go. You had given him a headache. So you see how you lost out over what?
yeah.
Turned down for what? I'm just kidding. See what you did?
But,
You literally lost business because you created a situation where there wasn't one. And I say this because we at that point, we had already been here for 5 days. We had been going in and out of everywhere. Malls, this, that, what have you. Grocery stores, coffee shops, not ever had anyone said that to us since we've been here.
Yeah, so it was really weird, but I'm like, man, these guys, they do what they told. I mean, they don't think about it. But anyway, you know, it's good. I like her speaking up. She, you know, if it's wrong or it seems weird, yeah, she gonna say something. I like that, and I just have to calm her down. Like if I think it's worth it or not worth it, you know. But usually, something happens that gets us in, so we don't get in much trouble. But you know, hey, she keep it real, and she shoot from the hip. Like, if it ain't right, it ain't right. And you gonna hear it. So yeah, we spent a nice day at you know. Eventually, we had the area was nice, and we'll show you some of that footage, which I was told I wasn't supposed to film. So I between the gate telling us to wear a mask, me going to get the mask, and just you know hearing about these guys just walking in, and then the worker telling me that I'm not supposed to film. Like I can't film outside. I'm in a hotel, but I'm not inside the hotel. No guests, I'm just filming. I understand, you know, I'm not gonna be filming guests. I'm filming the surroundings, but between that, I really had a headache. So, but other than that, it turned out to be good because a lot of the friends that stayed or were leaving that day showed up at the hotel.
Or were turned away
at the
from
brunch.
their flights. Also showed
it was a mess. That whole morning, like people's flights got delayed. People got delayed. People couldn't board because there was something about having a corona test before you go back to the States, and they wouldn't take the digital test. It was such a weird day. Like it was just havoc, and people were worried. Like they had to. Like the groom's family who was staying in the same hotel that we're staying in, his family, they had to call an actual doctor to come to the hotel to give everybody the rapid test. And and they was, they was freaking out because, he came at a certain time, then they were waiting for their results, and then they didn't want to, miss their plane, they ain't know. So yeah, that day was hectic for them, but by the time all of us were headed, having brunch, somebody brought alcohol that they brought from the party that they couldn't get on the plane with, so they're like, let's drink it up before we get on the plane. So we were out there just drinking and eating and talking and getting to know everybody, and then we played a game of peaks and lows, peaks and pits at the table. So we everybody had to tell what was the peak of the trip and what was the pit of the trip. That was a good game, and we had some really cool people. So got some really fly connects who we're gonna keep in touch with, and good network.
All over the U.S.
Yeah, we're gonna get down to the ATL and visit Aunt Sue.
Yes, we will. Look out for us, Aunt Sue. We are coming.
Yeah.
And we want to hang out with your friends. You know who your friends are.
And there's a couple of friends, some friendships was made. So that was good. And
if we're being honest, we were surrounded by excellence.
Yeah.
Mostly Black excellence, if we're being real. There were some other nationalities as well, which were also excellent because they were like Stanford, Cornell, all the major schools. So we were plain and simple surrounded by excellence, and the majority of them being Black excellence. It was really, really inspirational.
Yeah. We got tips and stuff, just talking, financial tips, and, how you get with people. But I forgot to tell that night when we came back at 2 or 3 in the morning, it was some drama that happened at the hotel, the Grimm's family. It was unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we hope that we pray for them that they get that family issue right, because we couldn't step in as family, some family problem. So it's deeper than we know. But other than that, the weekend was bomb. The weekend's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, today, May 13th. Today we woke up. I woke up at 5 in the morning because there was a power outage in the middle of the night and the AC stopped.
But he thought initially what?
Initially, I thought she was hiding. She already hid the remote from me the night before because she don't like AC.
Oh my God.
so if I'm looking for the remote to turn it on, and she's like, I don't know where it is. So I wouldn't put on the AC. She don't like it blowing on. And I sweat in the middle of the night. So I'm like, man. But anyway, and I thought if she didn't hide the remote control, I thought she got up at night and turned it off or turned it down, like so low it's like barely any air blowing on. So anyway, I woke up so early, so I'm waiting for her to wake up, and we had a free day today because we're like, nobody's here. If somebody was here, they said they have room. They was going on a tour. If they had room, they let us know. So I guess they didn't have room. It was like, cool, we'll just do a little exploring ourselves. And we went to, you got ready. And we decided to find a coffee shop. So she found a coffee shop on Google. So we get the Uber to the coffee shop. And coffee shop was no longer there.
Well, it was under refurbishment, so it would be nice if that had been activated or updated on the Googler.
Yeah.
So then I pulled up another one.
She swiftly pulls up another one, and then
We jump
take
in the
Uber
Uber
there.
again, and we go to another one. Except that today they didn't open for whatever reason. It's not a holiday here, and they just decided not to open.
Yeah.
So now we have to try for a third cafe.
Third cafe.
Third time was finally a charm.
Yeah, and I'm glad we went to that one because that location and how it was set up was so cool. You're gonna see it in the video.
The food was decent. It was good food.
Yeah.
Again, it took 45 minutes or so.
We were starving. And then they brought my coffee out.
He didn't feed me last night, Sunday night.
I was hungry too.
Barely.
You had fries at the
A little bit, but that was in the afternoon. We
Yeah, but
split
it was
a
like
little bit
2 in
of
the morning.
pasta. Point
Hey.
is, we were starving by the
So-
time we were at this third cafe called Cafe de Vie. And we had placed an order that could have been even close to an hour, to be honest. Definitely around the 45-minute mark, if not a full hour.
But it was cool. It was a nice place. And then
Eclectic.
yeah. And then since we had, it was a free day, but we still wanted to get back home to the hotel so we can change and stuff. We pulled up this morning I put up some things to see in Abuja, and there was a nice waterfall that looked really cool on Google. So we get the Uber to go to that one. That one was like an hour drive away, and it was because the bridge was out. It was working on the bridge, so traffic was all messed up, and it was out. Like we was we was far. It was like, man, I don't think we're going to the right place. The driver had never even been there before. He's from Abuja. That's how out of the way this place was. So at the first time, he tried to drop us off. He was like, is it right here? This house right here? We was like, no, we ain't going to nobody's house. We going to the waterfalls. And he was like, waterfalls? Like, so he asked the guy, he got out the car and he asked the guy where the waterfalls was. But he comes back, his name's Adams. He comes back to the car and he says, he doesn't even speak pidgin, so I don't even know what he's speaking. So he couldn't even understand him. So somehow he figured it out and he asked them, and we could park where that house was and walk to the waterfall. And we got out the car and walked. It was a trek. And little did I know, we ended up hiking. Like it was an actual hike. And lo and behold, it was smoke and mirror stuff. It was a waterfall, but it wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what the pictures looked like. Yeah, it was tiny. It smelled like fish. So it was weird. So we took some pictures there. We took some videos, and on our way back, one of the locals, they were washing their car. Not washing their car. They were washing their clothes in the water, and it was just just doing whatever they do. But when we came through, I was filming, but I wasn't filming them. I'm just filming, us walking. I don't know. I may have been, but not directly. It was just like I was just, kind of just getting surroundings, and they happened to be in the shot, which I show you right here. So yeah, he was like yelling at us in whatever language it was, and he was like the driver. He was basically telling us that they was thinking that I was taking snapshots of directly at them, like taking their pictures, snapping pictures of them. And when I came back on a return from the waterfall, there was this lake that we was at, I pretty much had the camera in my hand. I think I was like filming the back of her again, but it wasn't like I was like, So to me, I'm just like not even realizing the camera's on, but I wasn't paying attention. I just had it, you're walking and it's water, so I'm trying to watch where I'm going. But anyway, the driver said that the dude was saying he's gonna get his knife or his machete and slash the phone with it. And I was just like, sorry, in English, I'm sorry. We're sorry, we apologize. And he just kept going and going. And the driver's like, oh man, just come on. Just come on, hurry up. So we get back to the car, and the driver's like kind of laughing. He's like, I want to give his family something, for like there was a family where we parked, and so we wanted to give him something. So he wanted to give the mother some money, and so I gave him some naira to give to her. And he goes talks to her, I guess thanks her and gives her some money. So we get in the car, and I said, one more thing we want to do. I want us to take a picture at the National Mosque. We got to take a picture in front of it. So we get in the Uber back to, you know, our hotel. But on our way to the hotel, I wanted us to stop by the mosque and take a picture. And then I was like, that's the only thing I need. And I think I'm happy with leaving Abuja for now. So then after the picture, well, no, we got to the mosque, and little did I know that they have a where you can park, but this is like inside a contained area. So it's not like you can just walk up to it, not like a monument in like the States and just take pictures with it. Like you have to go through an outside door and you'd be outside encased and through a brick wall. But before we could even get in the parking lot of the mosque, the guard saw her and was like, you gotta cover your head. And I'm like, I'm not even thinking, I'm like, man, I should have known that she's got on yoga gear. So she's got this tank top on and shorts and sandals. And I got on shorts and a t-shirt. And then she was like, okay. And she didn't want to go in. She was like, you know what, I'll just stay out here. You guys go park, take pictures of her. And we was like, no. And John was like, no, we got it. And I guess he was talking to the guards, like, she's gonna get something to cover her head. And so we parked the car, you know, in the parking lot of the mosque. And then she was like, I got on shorts too. Like, he didn't see my shorts. See, I can't even get out the car. And he was like, oh, no, that's okay. We can get you something. We can just go in. All you gotta do is cover yourself up. I said, okay. She was like, no, I'm staying. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go. You're gonna go. We just go in here and buy you something. So we had to buy hijab. We had to buy a bada, I forget what you call it, but the whole gown that goes to cover her arms and legs. And the driver is negotiating with the dude who sells the clothes, because it's a mall next to the mosque. It's a mosque and with a mall that you can buy stuff. So he's negotiating with the owner to get a cheap price for the outfit. And I'm like, all I got is 5,000 naira. So he gets the price down. I buy it for her. She loves it. It's actually like really nice.
It is. It's a beautiful color and
showing y'all the picture. So yeah. So I took it to her to the car. She put it on in the car and it came out. Bam, she's covered head to toe. So we like, let's go in. So we walking in and the guy goes, hey, like, he can't get in with them shorts on. I was like, oh man. First, I was good, you couldn't get in. Now you're good and I can't get in. So I was like, okay, y'all go take pictures. I'll wait out here. It's good. As long as I got a picture of it, that's fine. So they got pictures, they came back out and came back. Oh, we went back home to our hotel, but before that, we went to get some money because I was out of money, and Adams was driving us around and helping us out without the meter. So we weren't like, we had ended the trip when we got to the waterfalls and he never restarted it. So I was like, oh, I gotta pay him for him driving us around. Like, he could have been working on Uber, but he out here, you know, walking and trekking with us. He could have been making money, but he ain't with us. So I'm like, we gotta stop by ATM. I need some money to pay him. We gotta get some food to eat. We need some money for tomorrow. So I'm getting this money out, and I gotta do a few transactions because I can only take out so much at one time because I don't have a Nigerian bank. So amidst of that, I get the money, we go to the car, I pay him, and then I realize I left my ATM card in the machine. So I'm like, dang, like we was almost out of here with no issues. So my card's in the machine. So I'm like, dang, so we said, forget it, we'll just report it when we get to the room. We go to get food, and it's a damn snowstorm. I mean, rainstorm. So it's like a hurricane. It looked like a tornado's coming. Like it was bad. Like wind was blowing on hard. Dust was coming in our nose. It was bad. So we say we're just gonna go home. We'll order later on the way back. Yeah, I get home. And we get to the room, the hotel room. There's no power. Well, half the room has power, but the AC doesn't have power. The side that AC on the trip had switched, and they never switched it on because we had left the room. So I get home sweating. I'm wet and I'm sweating because it's hot and it's raining. She decides to go and get us some food from the cafe that's outside the hotel. And I'm like, man, I gotta get in here, report my card lost, gotta call the front desk, make sure they can get the air on and the lights back on. So like, we got one more night. We can't like be here with no AC. So yeah, that was it. That was it to the end of the day. She came back with food, and that's what we were eating, and now we're full circle. All right, so that's vlog for day. That's the vlog for day 11 and a half, 12. All right, y'all. So stay decent.
Get free and stay free.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.